allegations of this illegal immigrant. He came into the country in 2018. He tried to get work authorization under the Trump administration. He didn't get that. And then a couple years later, under the Biden administration, he did obtain that work authorization. But it is just stunning to me that Governor Gavin Newsom, his California DMV, would give a driver's license, a commercial driver's license, to drive an 18-wheeler truck to an illegal alien. That is so criminally wrong. It is so reckless. And unfortunately, because of that action, these three innocents are no longer with us today.
The mayor of Los Angeles and the governor of California were in the largest sanctuary city and the largest sanctuary state in America. They refused to turn over tens of thousands of serial criminal illegal aliens to ICE. So they get arrested by state or local authorities and they get cut loose. They then go on to commit crimes like assault, armed robbery, home invasion, and murder. The most unimaginable, egregious crimes you could think of. All of that blood, all of that suffering, all of that heartache, squarely on the soul and conscience of California's governor and the mayor of Los Angeles. They are guilty of crimes against humanity. They are facilitating child trafficking, sex trafficking. Look, they think this is a game. They think this is a joke. This is life and death. When you meet with the families, as you have, Griff, whose loved ones have been...
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Because I really just seen this. Gavin Newsom as president, Greasy Gavin as president of the United States. Gavin Newsom. Oh man, have they seen California? Oh man, this bastard here. The hell with a Democrat. The hell with you Democrats. Y'all done ran everybody out the door. Oh y'all just dig the hole even deeper and deeper and deeper. And we got a big things that just happened in California. You won't even believe this, y'all. And we want to send, before we get into today's show, because what I'm going to show you, we want to send our prayers, love, condolences out, man. People have lost their life. It is sad, man. You know, and there's a lot of things going on down there in California. And y'all know we've been covering it, you know. Some of the biggest scandals, the biggest fraud, you know, the most incompetent leadership. These Democrats, people ought to be walked out in handcuffs. They shouldn't even resign. They ought to just be walked out in handcuffs, in my opinion. You know, fire victims haven't received a dime, you know, but they had some big fundraiser, some big donation, and ain't nobody received a dime. And his wife's a part of one of the NGO. You just can't make this up, man. These people are some of the worst, man. These politicians are some of the worst. And they have no common sense. They're incompetent, you know. And the only message that they have is Trump, 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 Trump. Do you see what we have now? Wake up, America. You won't have a country. Our sweet democracy is under attack. Hey, it's the same thing, the same messaging. We must hate Trump. Y'all must hate Trump. How is that working out for you, Gavin Newsom and Democrats? How is that working out? Just tell me, how's that working out for you? Well, let's go and get into this. This is terrible, man. Let's go and get into it, family. But y'all know the big thing that's trending right now is the illegal alien truck driver who got a driver's license in Gavin Newsom's California and killed 3 people in Florida, was given a work permit under Biden after it was rejected by the Trump administration. Boy, you just can't make this up. You know, you just can't. And now new illegal alien from China arrested from running an international weapons ring out of Gavin Newsom's Sanctuary, California. Sanctuary laws are a direct threat to America.
An international weapons ring busted by the FBI right here in Southern California.
At the center of the case, a Chinese national accused of stockpiling weapons and military equipment to sell to North Korea. KTLA's Angeli Kakade joins us live from Ontario, where the suspect was taken into custody. Angeli.
Well, Micah and Sandra, I spoke to several neighbors who live here. They say that the man was fairly normal, fairly calm. They say the house behind me that the man lived in was a revolving door, people in and out. But the one thing that remained a constant was this van used to transport all those weapons authorities say was going to be used for a surprise attack on South Korea. Tonight, new cell phone footage taken by a neighbor shows the moments FBI raided this Ontario home, and later a man being taken into custody.
The conduct alleged in this complaint is chilling.
One man living inside, the main suspect, 41-year-old Shenghua Wen, a Chinese national who was arrested Tuesday morning and charged with shipping weapons and ammunition to North Korea in exchange for money.
In a search of his home, including a van parked outside of his home, we found over 50,000 rounds of ammunition, which Mr. Wen admitted he was planning to send to North Korea.
But anyways, we want to get back onto this illegal alien driver that, again, have killed 3 innocent people, you know. And this is because of Gavin Newsom's California DMV issued an illegal alien a commercial driver's license, you know. This is gut-wrenching. Tragedy should have never happened. But it says President Trump and Kristi Noem are working around the clock to protect the public and get these criminal aliens out of America. Check this out.
The illegal migrant involved in the deadly crash in Florida, he made an illegal U-turn on a...
And if y'all go, you can see, I don't know if we're allowed to play that video on here. It was really sad. It was actually, and then the guy's face when it's happening and when he's seen what happened, he literally has no emotion, no reaction. It's like he didn't care. That's what really hit me when I was watching that video. Again, you can go watch it. It's all over the internet. I don't know. I'm not sure if we can play that. I'm not sure. You know, but he didn't have any reaction. They might play it on here. Let's see.
Highway that killed 3 people. He was in the U.S. illegally. His work authorization was rejected during Trump's first term, but the following year it was approved by the Biden administration. This seems like just one deadly example of why the Trump administration's cleanup is a necessary one. Your thoughts?
David, what a gut-wrenching story. There's 3 innocent Floridians who are no longer alive today because of the reckless driving actions of this illegal immigrant. He came into the country in 2018. He tried to get work authorization under the Trump administration. He didn't get that. And then a couple years later, under the Biden administration, he did obtain that work authorization. But it is just stunning to me that Governor Gavin Newsom, his California DMV, would give a driver's license, a commercial driver's license, to drive an 18-wheeler truck to an illegal alien. That is so criminally wrong. It is so reckless. And unfortunately, because of that action, these 3 innocents are no longer with us today.
And Hangover Gang, where y'all at? Hangover family. Oh, Tom McDonald versus Gavin Newsom. Oh boy.
So, as many of you may have seen, Gavin Newsom called me gay on X this morning. I think he's just mad that the song I wrote about him, The Devil is a Democrat, is currently #1. But Gavin, you don't have to be mad. You've got lots of #1s too. California's #1 in homelessness. It's also #1 in unemployment. And who could forget it's #1 in totally preventable forest fires.
Did y'all see the unemployment rate this past month? At an all-time high under Gavin Newsom. Oh, clap it up for him. Clap it up for Greasy Gavin.
You're crushing it, bud. Gavin, I think you're just mad that
the devil lives in California. He passing billion. Yeah, the devil lives and he got horns, but and we don't play that. In America, we know it ain't with it. We ain't switching. Y'all are tripping. They get celebrities to do their time.
Yeah, okay, Tom. Got that bang out, man. Yeah. They said they finna expose you, Gavin. TikTok. Oh boy, it's going down. Sheriff is in the building.
My message is, Gavin Newsom, I am going to expose you for the complete fraud that you are, the liar that you are, and you will never, ever be the president of this country. You will never do to the rest of the country what you have done to California.
Amen.
California's problems are completely caused by California government. We have the greatest businesses, we have the greatest people, we have the greatest business minds, the greatest innovators, the greatest creators, the greatest entrepreneurs in the country. We have the fourth largest economy that is artificially propped up to be something good. And the thing that is preventing us from being great, from achieving that California dream that that I came here for, the only thing preventing us is government. Government has its boot on our backs, keeping us down with over-regulation, activism, appeasement of activists, instead of taking care of the majority of Californians as a whole. And it's an agenda. It is a complete agenda of making sure that government is in control of all of our lives instead of us being in control of government. And so the only reason I'm doing this is to restore that balance. The balance is supposed to be that government is supposed to be working for us. We are not supposed to be working to increase the size of government. And that's the only reason why California is no longer the greatest state in the country. You can have our politicians say it as much as they want, but we are the laughingstock of the rest of the country. We are the laughingstock of the world. My wife and I were fortunate enough to go to Europe last year, and we had the first night there we splurged. We had an unbelievable dinner with we paid for a sommelier to come and make sure that we learned everything about Italian wine and all of that stuff. The first introductions, where are you from? California. And he laughed and he said, you guys have that crazy governor. And we're just looking at each other like, how would someone across the world know that we have a lunatic for a governor? So we started talking about it, and he's like, everyone wants to go to the United States, and it used to be everyone wants to go to California. That's here, right. No one wants to go to California anymore. They'll go to California for Disneyland. That's it. And
that is facts. That's true.
It's absolutely embarrassing that we are no longer the greatest state in the country, and we're still all the same people.
I'm telling you, well, I got a similar story. When we went overseas and left it, when we left the country, and we mentioned Americans, they laughed. Yeah, I got a whole blown story I can tell, but I'm not gonna take it up on the show right now but he ain't lying. Yeah, so I'm not surprised to hear that.
The same businesses. It's our government that has completely changed and brought us to this laughingstock position, and I'm going to take it back. I take some blame for it, because I wasn't standing on the rooftops yelling to everyone that we had to stop this, look what's going to happen. And so while I was concerned with my career, my life, my family, my own home, and making sure that I was secure, I kind of just wasn't paying attention to what government was doing, and now it's affecting everyone. So I will make sure that what I came to California for, my California dream, I will make sure that every kid growing up now has that dream, and even the kids that now are from 20 to 35, that it's impossible for them to make their California dream. I'll make sure that I make up for it, and we return the ability to look at that Gold Coast as the beacon for the rest of the country. And if you're going to make it, you come to California to make it, and you work hard and you'll do it. That has to happen again. And that's really the only reason I'm running for governor.
Here we have the video right here, and you can see the guy and his buddy are driving, and as he's just turning and making that U-turn, and you can see the minivan just plows right into it, you know, because you're not supposed to do this, you know. But this says, and this is from the America page, the PAC funded by Elon Musk to support candidates who campaign secure borders, you know, safe cities, fair system, free speech, self-protection, sensible spending. They said these are the kind of people Democrats like California Governor Gavin Newsom are fighting for to be allowed to remain in the country. You know? You just can't make it up. But the Department of Homeland Security just confirmed to me that ICE is seriously considering immigration enforcement at truck weigh stations across America. This follows a criminal alien truck driver killing 3 Americans in Florida when he executed an illegal U-turn. Now, I don't her gender sign. I don't know how to say his name completely, but he entered the country illegally and was handed a commercial driver's license from California. He's being charged with manslaughter after killing 3 American citizens. DHA spokesman tells me ICE enforcement at truck stops and weigh stations are on the table. It's on the since this incident took place, it is on the table now. Woo-wee. But Secretary Nome and DHS is keeping enforcement options on the table to keep Americans safe, as they should. And as we see, this Trump administration is not effing around. F around and find out. The F around and find out movement is in full effect. You know. But this should never happen. 3 innocent people were killed in Florida because Gavin Newsom's California DMV issued an illegal alien commercial driver's license. The state of governance is how many more innocent people have to die before Gavin Newsom stops playing games with safety of the American public? We pray for the victims and their families. According to the trucking industry insiders, illegal aliens are rampant in the profession. And, you know, we talked to many on the ground and saying all kind of things. And one big concern they had was them not speaking English and all kind of things we've seen and what we reported on this past year, you know. But boy, oh boy. This is just sad, man. And it says you want this problem to go away quickly. Arrest company owners who hire illegals. Yeah. But they're making all kind of memes and stuff. Weigh station status, weigh and immigration status checkpoint. Papers, not just payload. But I just still can't believe after everything we've seen, literally the complete dumpster fire and downhill of California. I don't know how we can talk about Gavin Newsom in any presidential conversation. I'm just saying, how do y'all feel? Let me know in the comment section of Gavin Newsom for 2028 run for president. You could just laugh, and y'all probably laughing right now. But they're saying he'll lose to a historic landslide to JD Vance, you know. How do y'all feel about 2028? Let me know, man. I know we're focused on right now, and we shouldn't be worried about 2028. But we do have the midterms coming up. But people are saying, I'm just saying, DeSantis and Tulsi Gabbard, 2028. DeSantis and Tulsi, oh boy. But they're making all kind of memes, man. All kind of memes, you know. I tell you, boy, never Newsom. And they're saying Trump 2028. And they even have Gavin Newsom with a Trump 2028 hat on made by the AI. And again, man, we wish Trump could run for 3rd, 5th, 4th, 6th, 8th term. They say, oh, there he goes. He wants to be the dictator. He wants to be king. Attack on our democracy. I tell you, man, but not looking good for Gavin Newsom. Again, I think he ought to be walked out in handcuffs. You know, it's a disgrace what's going on down there, but we do want to send our prayers, love, and condolences out from that incident that took place. And again, it's just these things like this it's happening so much, man. And I told you, what's done in the dark will shine in the light.
The mayor of Los Angeles and the governor of California were in the largest sanctuary city and the largest sanctuary state in America. They refused to turn over tens of thousands of serial criminal illegal aliens to ICE so they get arrested by state or local authorities and they get cut loose. They then go on to commit crimes like assault, armed robbery, home invasion, and murder. The most unimaginable, egregious crimes you could think of. All of that blood, all of that suffering, all of that heartache, squarely on the soul and conscience of California's governor and the mayor of Los Angeles. They are guilty of crimes against humanity. They are facilitating child trafficking, sex trafficking. Look, they think this is a game. They think this is a joke. This is life and death. when you meet with the families, as you have, Griff, whose loved ones have been raped and killed and slaughtered by criminal illegal aliens who have no right to be in this country, what Newsom are doing and what Bass is doing are unforgivable. And God bless our ICE agents and Border Patrol agents for going out there and doing this mission on behalf and on the orders of President Trump to make America safe for our citizens. The Democrat Party seems to only care about two groups right now: criminals and illegal aliens. And that's it. Donald Trump's Republican Party is fighting for law-abiding American citizens, and you're seeing the results right here in Washington, D.C., where the most violent city that we have in this country is now becoming, day by day, and will become one of the safest cities in the whole country.